We have here our pre-writing container. As I explained before, I have my larger containers that I keep everything. I have one just for pre-writing exercises, and so I keep odds and ends. And then when I do my planning for the week, I put in this smaller container everything that I want my little boy, who's 3 years old, to do for pre-writing. And I switch every week for variety and fun. So he gets good at, once he gets good at one, he moves on to something more challenging or something different. He's already starting his writing on his own, his few of his numbers and few of his letters, but this reinforces his little muscles that he uses, and it gives him lots of fun and variety in his schooling, not just sitting at a desk with his pen and paper, but using a lot more muscles and coordination, which will in turn help him do his writing even better. So we'll start here with a very typical one. Here's a squeeze bottle, an empty baby shampoo bottle. I fill it up with water, and then it's got a little push button here, and he squeezes it, which is good for his fingers here. Squeezing practice, pinching practice, and he likes doing that. I have here a very simple little jug, and it's got a little set of 4 cups. So he lays these out on a tray. I use a tray for extra protection to keep the table dry. I fill up the jug, and he practices his pouring, holding the handle properly and putting his other hand underneath the jug. He goes from one cup to the other. Something else he enjoys is we take off this lid from the shampoo bottle, and he fills it up after he's done filling up all his cups. He takes the cups, and we put a funnel on top of here, and he pours the cups of water back into the bottle. So that's one thing he enjoys. That keeps him busy for a good 15 minutes at least. Another one, using water too. For this one, I keep a towel on the table under these little trays, or he puts this inside the tray as well too, in case of any spills. Here is a lemon squeezer. Here are some little sponges that I've cut into 6 pieces. I fill up the tray with water, and then he takes one at a time. He puts it carefully in the lemon squeezer, and with his good grip, he holds the bottom and he pushes the top and squeezes the water out into the next tray. And then he puts the sponge on this tray. And on he goes till they're all done. Usually he likes doing it 3-4 times. So that's another one, using different muscles. Then he goes and empties the water into the plants to water the plants. So it also teaches him diligence, stewardship, and he knows that once he starts a job, he has to complete it till it's done, till it's cleaned up and stacked up nicely, and then he puts it back into our container. Another one for this week that I have here, some disposable cups. These are styrofoam, and I have here some toothpicks. So he goes and he empties his little toothpicks into this tray. It's fun shaking them out. He just gets a few out, not all of them. He takes one at a time. For starters, I just had him poke the toothpicks into the cup. Now this takes concentration and focus and it takes some work to hold this in place as well as push down at the same time. It's not that easy. And so he filled up his little cup full of toothpicks. Our next project, he took this out. Once again, he used this. He put it into there, and he held it with his hand, and we have a little plastic hammer here, and he pushed it. I taught him to hold it straight, very straight. If it's crooked, it doesn't work, as you can see. he has to hold it very straight. So this is, again, good pinching practice. And at the same time, coordination. The hammer has to hit the top of the toothpick. Then once it's like this, he can continue, and down he goes to the bottom of the cup. So he'll do like 5 or 6 toothpicks, and then he gets to see how many he's done. So he really enjoys that. That's a nice boy exercise. Our last one here for this week is cutting exercise. So I have here different types of scissors. This one has a nice little tooth pattern, and I have another blue pair. So he enjoys variety. He picks what scissors he likes. I have here some little papers. So I cut them into strips for easy use for him. And so he'll pick his scissors and he'll practice his cutting. Now there's one tray with the papers that he needs to cut, and this is the one he cuts his little pieces into this tray. So he'll practice like this. I make sure that he finishes one strip at least with one pair of scissors rather than switching every cut. So he'll do this and he'll do another. I think his favorite's this one, as you can imagine. After that, I have 3 colors of color paper, and I have here some little bags. These are little tie-on bags, and I have him pick the pieces of paper and put them into the corresponding little bags. So once again, this is good for his little fingers. He needs to open the bag like this. This uses all his little muscles, all his fingers. And for the red little pieces of paper, he puts them in here. So it takes coordination, being able to open the bag, keep it open, while with the other hand he puts the pieces in. And I make sure that he finishes it up, and once he's done, he closes the bag, and then he puts it all away. He has the bags in one little tray, and the uncut pieces of paper here, along with the scissors. And that's it for this week's pre-writing exercises for preschooler. So stay tuned to our next week ideas.